he should be splitting time between those, not just a tight ends coach. So I mean, you take your tight end coach, who was a quarterback, and who was your offensive coordinator last year after the head coach and your offensive coordinator were fired, and you make him your quarterback coach this year. I mean, it seemed like a no brainer to me that he should be your quarterback coach. I mean, obviously your offensive coordinator can't be your quarterback coach because he's sitting up in the box, which, I feel that at times I think that the coordinator should be on the field, helps them get a feel for the game, get into a rhythm. It lets them look into the eyes of their players. But at the same time, a lot of guys, they can't handle that. So, but anyway, you take Ensminger away from your tight ends, you make him quarterback coach. Now you have somebody, when your quarterback comes off the field, you got somebody in his face talking to him, figuring out what he's seeing and why certain things aren't getting done the way they need to be done for the offense to work the way it's supposed to. And then on top of that, you've got Cragthorpe as an analyst sitting up in the box who can talk to Ensminger, and they can both. And then he's sitting next to Canada, so then you've got all three of them that can talk to quarterbacks. So it doesn't make any sense not to have a quarterback coach on staff. Seriously, when's the last time a tight end needed somebody to talk to him on the sidelines? You throw them in there with the receivers, or you throw them with the offensive linemen, depending on how you want to play. If you want to play some smash mouth football, run the ball, your tight ends go to your offensive line coach. You want to spread it out, throw it down the field, your tight ends spend some time with your receivers coach. Catching balls, running routes. I mean, come on. You don't need. To me, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that you don't need that particular coach, especially when the coach that's in that particular position can help you somewhere else. But that goes back to my argument that this guy that is running this team just doesn't have a clue. I don't think he's not a very good leader. He's a great recruiter, great defensive line coach, but I don't think he's got what it takes to be the man that's pulling all the strings. So, that's my take on the status of the state of the LSU program right now. Yes, they're winning a few games right now, but I think they're still very much disorganized and will continue to be disorganized until the head man gets a clue. Moving on, that was really all I had about the Tigers. Saints, another big win today. I didn't get to watch the game, but I saw the score. They put it on the Bills. I believe Ingram and Kamara had a huge day. So that's good. I think that's one more step towards winning the South, which they may be at this point running away with the South. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not a huge NFL guy, but I do keep track of the Saints, how they're doing. I know as long as they have Drew Brees, the quarterback, they're going to have a chance to be good. The defense has stepped it up. They're like a whole. It's like a whole new unit compared to the first couple weeks of the season. So, moving on, got a couple sponsors need to give shout outs to. Carrot Stick, most recognizable rod on the water. I have about 9 of these rods now, and they are amazing. Different lengths and stiffnesses. They're great. So if anyone's interested in purchasing a Carrot Stick, you can go to carrotstick.com. That's CARROT, like carrots, STIX.com. And you can go through and browse all of the different rods, the lengths, stiffnesses, and different types. Or you can shoot me an email at kennethwestbrook@yahoo.com. Just put in the subject line, interested in Carrot Stick, and I will get back to you. Rageous, for if you have any needs for jerseys, they produce a wonderful product. I have one myself. Need to order another one. They use the supplemented dye process to make all of their to produce all of their jerseys. They have many of the sponsored logos already in their system, so you don't have to worry about, sending them, JPEGs and all these different files to get them, swapped over and put onto a jersey. They already have them. All you gotta do is go through, select the logo you want, select where you want it, select the type of jersey you want, and they will get it done for you. And if you go to Rageous, that's RAYJUS.com, and you use the promo code RJK Westbrook 104, that will get you 10% off of your next order. Next sponsor is Amphibia Eyewear. That is the floating sunglasses. I have a pair, and they are as good as Costas. I have the Amphibia Waves with the purple lens. I wear them every day. Since I've gotten them, I have put my Costas in the case and pretty much have left them there unless I forget to grab my Amphibias, and then I put a pair of Costas on. They really do float, and they are comfortable. They're light. They are polarized, and like I said, they are as good as Costas. I have fished with them twice, and like I said, they really do work. So you can try those out. That is Amphibia, AMPHIBIA.com. Look them up. Next is Mobile Innovations in Katy, Texas. They great guys over there. They have taken care of me on several occasions now. One with tinting of windows, and then recently upgrading speakers in my truck. And then they're going to work with me on my. I have another stage that I want to go through as far as adding a little more sound to my truck and to my boat. So they do offer marine speakers. They offer radio speakers. Give them guys a call. That is Mobile Innovations in Katy. Next, just kind of wanted to BS a little bit. Nothing major. I got I'm got a couple things in the works. I've been really busy with actual work the last couple weeks, so I haven't really been able to get on and do what I wanted. I've got some YouTube stuff that I'm gonna try. I'm trying to get some footage. Got a couple things coming down the pipe with that. Gonna try to go back to South Louisiana and do some duck hunting with some buddies there, and maybe if I can, maybe get a podcast done while I'm there with the guys, and get some YouTube footage of blasting some ducks, and that way I can get that footage out there, and we can have a little fun. If anybody listening to the podcast has any topics that they would like to hear me talk about, please feel free to hit me up at kennethwestbrook@yahoo.com, and I will take a look at that, and we'll if I like the topic, we'll roll with it. If not, I'll shoot you back an email saying thank you and maybe another time. But so we've covered LSU, we've covered the Saints. Yesterday, back to college football. Huge day as far as the playoff goes, with Georgia and Notre Dame going down, and Miami shooting from number 7 to number 2, I believe, is what I saw in the polls. So you've got Alabama number 1, Miami number 2. Let me look that up real quick. But yeah, I mean, and I'm talking when Georgia went down hard. That was a huge loss to Auburn. That for some reason I still don't know how that happened, because that was wow. Where's my ESPN app? So sorry guys, I'm a little slow here. I just recently set up my little workstation, so I'm trying to figure out some stuff. But yeah, we're gonna look up the stats too. That not the stats, the polls. So, but yeah, so, and Georgia going down against Auburn, which Auburn, Auburn's keeping their chances at the playoffs alive. Pretty much all they got to do is beat Bama now. If they beat Bama, they here we go, college football. So okay, so that's not what I wanted, but. Okay, so why did not? There we go. So, okay, here we go. You've got Alabama number 1, Miami number 2, Oklahoma number 3, and Clemson number 4, followed by Wisconsin and Auburn. So you've got your top 6 teams right there with Bama, Miami, Oklahoma, Clemson, Wisconsin, and Auburn. And Wisconsin sitting at number 5, undefeated. You've got Oklahoma has a big game with. Let's see, we'll pull up their schedule. Oklahoma's got a big game meeting with TCU coming up, I believe. Nope, never mind. They beat TCU. My bad. Well, so Oklahoma's pretty much going to wrap up the Big 12, I believe. And then you got Miami. Miami's just rolling through the ACC now. That was a huge win for the Canes over the Irish. I'm usually not a Notre Dame fan, but for some reason, I thought that Notre Dame was better than what they were and should have beat the Canes handily. just based off what I'd seen